The year is 1967. Deep within the African jungle near Stanleyville, a horrifying discovery unfolds. The jungle, dense and teeming with life, hides a secret that would soon unleash unimaginable terror. A deadly virus, later named Motaba, emerges with terrifying speed and ferocity. This virus, invisible to the naked eye, spreads like wildfire, infecting every living being it touches. Soldiers stationed at a remote military base become its first victims. These men, far from home and unprepared for such a threat, fall ill rapidly. Their deaths are swift and agonizing. The virus shows no mercy, attacking their bodies with a ferocity that leaves them writhing in pain. The virus, highly contagious and incredibly lethal, melts internal organs within days. It turns the human body into a battleground with organs failing one after another. Panic sets in as the true nature of the threat becomes horrifyingly clear. The soldiers, once brave and strong, are now gripped by fear, knowing that death is imminent. This is no ordinary fever. It is a harbinger of death, a signal that the virus has taken hold and will not let go. It is a monster in microscopic form, a relentless killer that shows no signs of stopping.
A team of US Army medical researchers, led by the enigmatic General McClintock, arrive at the scene. They are tasked with understanding and containing this new threat. They witness the virus's devastating effects firsthand. The situation is dire. Bodies lie strewn across the camp and the air is thick with the stench of death. McClintock, a man driven by ambition and a chilling pragmatism, makes a decision with far-reaching consequences. He knows that the virus cannot be allowed to spread. He chooses to contain the outbreak through an unthinkable act, destroying the camp with a tactical nuclear device. This decision, though extreme, seems to be the only way to prevent a global catastrophe. The virus, he believes, must be eradicated at all costs, even if it means sacrificing the lives of those already infected, even if it means silencing the truth forever. The decision is made in secret, with only a handful of top officials aware of the plan.
The order is executed. Soldiers following their orders prepare for the unthinkable. The camp is vaporized in a fiery inferno, the explosion lighting up the night sky and reducing everything to ashes, erasing all evidence of the virus's existence, or so they thought. The jungle, once vibrant and full of life, is now a smoldering ruin. The secret, like a virus itself, would lay dormant, waiting for the right moment to resurface. The jungle, with its secrets buried deep, would not remain silent forever. In the aftermath of the Stanleyville incident, a dark curtain of secrecy descends. The air is thick with tension and the truth is shrouded in layers of deception. The official story, a tragic accident, a fire that spiraled out of control. The public is fed a narrative of unfortunate events, a tale of misfortune that masks the underlying reality. The truth, a carefully constructed lie, orchestrated by McClintock and his associate, the ruthless Colonel Ford. Behind closed doors, they weave a web of deceit, ensuring that the real cause remains hidden from the world. They understand the implications of Motaba's existence. The virus, a deadly pathogen with the potential to wreak havoc on a global scale, is a ticking time bomb. The panic, the chaos, the potential global catastrophe. The mere knowledge of Motaba's existence could send shockwaves through society, causing widespread fear and disorder. They vow to keep the virus a secret, locked away in a vault of fear and silence. The decision is made to bury the truth, to hide it from the prying eyes of the public and the media.
For 28 years, the truth remains buried. The files, the evidence, all hidden away, gathering dust in the shadows of history. The files, marked Project Pandora, are hidden deep within the US Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases, USAMRIID, a fortress of secrecy where the darkest secrets are kept under lock and key. They become a ghostly reminder of a past best forgotten, a silent testament to the lengths those in power will go to protect their interests. A ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The truth, like a dormant volcano, lies in wait, ready to erupt and unleash its fury upon the world.
But some secrets refuse to stay buried. The whispers of the past, the echoes of the truth, they linger, refusing to be silenced. The ghost of the Motaba virus lingers, a haunting presence that refuses to fade away. It is a reminder of the fragility of human life and the dangers that lurk in the shadows. A specter in the shadows, waiting to rear its ugly head once more. The threat is ever present, a dark cloud on the horizon. And when it does, the world will be caught unprepared. The consequences of the cover-up will be felt far and wide, a stark reminder of the price of secrecy.
Fast forward to 1995. Colonel Sam Daniels, a seasoned virologist with the U.S. Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases, USAMRIID, has spent his career battling invisible enemies. He is haunted by his past, by the devastating effects of a virus he helped contain years ago. When reports emerge of a deadly hemorrhagic fever ravaging a village in Zaire, Daniels' instincts scream danger.
His worst fears are confirmed. The symptoms, the speed of transmission, the terrifying mortality rate, it all points to one horrifying conclusion. Motaba is back. But how? And why?
Daniels embarks on a perilous journey to the heart of the outbreak, determined to uncover the truth and stop the virus before it's too late. He knows the stakes are higher than ever. This time, the world might not be so lucky. Section 4 Silent Entry. The virus crosses borders. Unbeknownst to Daniels, the virus has already infiltrated American soil. A smuggled capuchin monkey, carrying the deadly Motaba virus, arrives in Boston. Sold on the black market, the infected animal becomes a ticking time bomb, its very existence a threat to millions. The unsuspecting new owner, oblivious to the danger lurking within the cute and playful creature, welcomes the monkey into his home. The virus wastes no time. It jumps from animal to human with terrifying ease. The first victim, a young man exposed to the monkey's bodily fluids, he becomes patient zero, an unknowing carrier of a deadly plague. As the man travels, the virus travels with him. It hitches a ride on airplanes, in cars, on buses, silently spreading its tendrils across the nation. The countdown to catastrophe has begun. Section 5. Panic in Cedar Creek, a race against time. The idyllic town of Cedar Creek, California, becomes the epicenter of the outbreak. What begins with a handful of flu-like cases quickly spirals into a full-blown epidemic. The virus, highly contagious and ruthlessly efficient, rips through the population. Hospitals overflow with the sick and dying. Panic grips the town as the true nature of the threat becomes horrifyingly clear.
This is no ordinary virus. This is Motaba, unleashed on American soil.
Daniels, alerted to the outbreak, realizes with chilling certainty the gravity of the situation. He races against time to contain the outbreak, knowing that each passing moment could spell doom for countless innocent lives. He must find the source of the virus, develop a cure, and stop its spread before it's too late. Section 6. Drastic Measures Operation Clean Sweep. As the situation in Cedar Creek deteriorates, the government authorizes a drastic and terrifying plan. Operation Clean Sweep. The virus has spread uncontrollably, and the stakes have never been higher. Officials are left with no choice but to consider the most extreme measures to prevent a global catastrophe. The objective: to contain the virus by any means necessary, even if it means the annihilation of Cedar Creek. The town, once a symbol of tranquility, now stands on the brink of destruction, its fate hanging in the balance.
Extreme measures are necessary to prevent a global pandemic. The military is prepared to take unprecedented actions to ensure the virus does not spread beyond Cedar Creek. The gravity of the situation demands nothing less.
Daniels watches in horror as the military descends upon Cedar Creek. The sight of helicopters and military vehicles flooding the town is a stark reminder of the dire circumstances. The peaceful town he once knew is now a battleground. The once peaceful town transforms into a war zone. Streets that were once filled with laughter and life are now scenes of chaos and fear. The military presence is overwhelming, and the sense of normalcy is shattered. Armed soldiers patrol the streets, enforcing a strict quarantine. The town is under lockdown and no one is allowed to leave or enter. The residents are trapped, their lives turned upside down by the invisible enemy. Fear and suspicion run rampant as the virus continues its deadly rampage. The townspeople are gripped by terror, unsure of who might be infected and what the future holds. The atmosphere is thick with anxiety and uncertainty.
I must stop the virus. But at what cost? The weight of the decision is heavy, and the moral implications are profound. The question of whether the ends justify the means looms large. Is sacrificing an entire town a justifiable price to pay for the safety of millions? The ethical dilemma is stark, and the consequences of the decision will be felt for generations. The balance between the greater good and individual lives is a delicate one.
Daniels finds himself caught in a moral and professional dilemma. His duty to protect the public health clashes with his sense of humanity and compassion for the people of Cedar Creek. The conflict within him is intense and unrelenting. He is determined to find another way, a solution that doesn't involve the unthinkable. Late into the night, he works tirelessly, searching for an alternative that can save both the town and the world. The hope for a breakthrough drives him forward, even as the clock ticks down.